Hey gang, welcome to a brand new art video. And in today's video, we're going to be all digital. But a couple things are going to differ from previous videos. The first one being, this one's all in real time. The final painting only took me like 14 minutes to do, so I didn't really see a point in speeding it up. And secondly, instead of focusing on the painting itself for the video, I want to focus more on daily drawing, and I want to talk about my journey with daily drawing, and I want to talk about some hangups that can happen, some things to look out for, and so hopefully some tips that can help you if you choose to do daily drawing, or just helpful tips in general for drawing if you're kind of stuck and you don't know what to do. But real quick, before we get into that, I do want to talk about this piece really quick. And so this piece kind of ties into some of the pitfalls of daily drawing, but I'll get into that in just a second. But this piece was meant as kind of a breakaway from what I had been doing for a long time, as far as like my starting for like a sketch or an illustration, which was just pencil and paper, or just or on the iPad or on the computer. Everything was started from a sketch and very line based, and so I wanted to kind of break away from that and then focus more on shape and use color. And I also thought it'd be kind of fun for this piece to do my little monster character and have him kind of like civilized looking, and have him acting like a little creature kind of. So I have him in a Hawaiian shirt. I don't really know how civilized that actually is, but he's in the Hawaiian shirt acting like a frog. It was just meant to be something cute and fun. So that's that. And so let's get into the daily drawing a bit. So now that we're in 2018, I have been doing daily drawing without missing a day for just over 3 years now. And there's a number of motivators in me doing the daily drawing. I kind of feel like at different points, different ones take over, but I kind of have enough of them that I haven't had an issue with doing the daily drawing. I don't know if that's going to work for everyone, having a million motivators, but that's what kind of worked for me, just having a lot of reasons to do it. And the main one and the big one, and I think you have to have it, is you have to love it. Like you have to really love creating, and I don't know, just the fun of it, and like you have to be okay with picking like a picking an art form, or I mean, well, I guess any art form really, but like this applies to. I mean, uh, there's no real end goal with drawing and like painting in general. Like there's always room to improve, and there's always ways of getting better and new things you haven't done before. That's something I love about art, and that's part of what keeps me drawing every day. Other motivators, and I'm kind of approaching this more for if you want to turn your drawing into a profession where you can make money. I know that's what I'm working towards still. I do have a day job. It's an awesome day job, but I don't draw during my day job. I mean, I have before, but it's very, very rare that I get to. So that's a big motivator for me. It's for the daily drawing. Is part of me is worried that if I stop, I might not pick it back up, or if I do stop, it might be a while before I pick it back up. And I should actually backtrack really quick. The only stipulation I have for daily drawing is this has to be for you, and that's it. I don't count client work, and I didn't count schoolwork when I was in school. That's my only stipulation that I go by, is it has to be for you. And but yeah, so I mean, those are a couple of the big motivators that come to mind right away. You gotta love it, and I want to keep going and getting better. And a couple quotes that kind of go in line with that. The first one, I don't think Chuck Jones actually said this, but he's quoted as quoting this person a lot, and that's we all have 100,000 bad drawings in us, and the sooner you get them out, the better it's going to be for everyone. And the other good one is by Steven Silver, and his is "A page a day keeps the competition away." A couple good ones to have in your arsenal to remind yourself. But yeah, so all right. So some struggles you can run into with daily drawing, and this is a big one that I just caught myself doing, and so I'm kind of trying to work myself out of it and into a healthier, more sustainable workflow. And that's what I'd fallen into, was just drawing and producing work and not really, not necessarily not having a goal, but not like, it's really hard to describe it, just because, especially because it's like it's so new to me that I realized I was doing it, where I was just producing work but not really like, I wasn't conscious, if that makes sense. So I have a daily mermaid blog, and I had gotten about 500 mermaids in it. And when I went back and looked at them all, there's only about 20 mermaids I liked. And even out of those 20, there's maybe 10 that I thought were good. I mean, maybe there's more than 20 where I thought it was a neat idea, but as far as I'm talking about the execution of the piece, there wasn't that many that I still liked. And that's what I'm talking about as far as just making work and kind of not really, almost not being present as you're making the work. But some good things did come from it. I definitely did get better with painting and color and my execution and finishing a piece and construction. So I did gain a lot of good skills from it. But just looking back, there's like 500 days of work, and there's only like 10 days that I really like. So that's kind of a bad rut to be in sometimes. It's good in terms of, yeah, you're producing work, but it's bad in terms of creativity and portfolio and stuff like that. So that's what I'm kind of working out of right now, and trying to find a new flow that works for me. So when deciding on like your drawing, or like what you want to draw, or as far as goals, if you want to make, like if you want to do daily drawing, I would not have the goal of like time, like, oh, I want to draw 15 minutes every day. That is a bad goal. Or if I want to draw an hour, like that's a bad goal. That's a really bad goal. Because what's going to happen is it's just going to turn into a chore eventually, because it's going to be hard to find the time or hard to make the time. And if you don't do it, you're going to feel really guilty, and like, I don't know, it's going to be hard on yourself, like, because you have to hold yourself accountable for all of this. Because I mean, no one really cares if you draw, and no one cares if you don't draw. So it's got to be on you. But timed goals are kind of a bad idea, because it's not very clear, and so it's really easy for that to turn into a chore and easily be skipped. So I don't know how someone should make their own goals as far as like what you should pick your goal to be, but you got to find it for yourself. And to this point, I don't really, I almost don't know what my goal is necessarily with the daily drawing. But that's mainly just because I'm redoing my flow and trying to find what's going to work for me now. But the big thing that I did as far as like my goal is, I have little reminders that pop up on my phone every day, and I just mark off the tasks complete. Like I do that for like vitamins and like remembering to do my timesheet, and just little things like that you need a daily reminder of. And I have my drawing on there. And what the task used to say was post to Tumblr and Instagram, and that was a daily task. And so that was my goal, was to just draw something that I could post. And I ended up having a lot of work that when I go back, I wasn't like super happy with it. And the only reason I made it was just to post it. So I've changed that goal to just say, have you drawn today? And so, and kind of what I think my goals are is I kind of stretched things out. So now I feel like as long as I've made progress on a drawing, that's going to be good for me. And I I guess as far as like subject matters and goals for like the actual drawings themselves, like I think I'm trying to have a little more story in them. I mean, that's a real big one after you've gotten past like the hurdles of construction, which yeah, I don't know if you ever really get over them, at least not for a long time. But story's a big one to work on, and it's really hard to be captivating and interesting. And so I guess that's kind of what I'm focusing on, is just making progress, getting work that I'm happy with. I don't know if that's too vague. I kind of feel like it is. So I'm still working through my goals right now, and I'll definitely follow up on that one. But goals aside, just in terms of things that you can draw all the time or good exercises, if you don't know what to draw, because believe me, even now I still have it where I look at a blank page for a couple minutes at a time and not know what to do. So just making a mark sometimes can get you started. And like I've had this trouble before back when I was doing my plein air drawing class, or quick sketch observation drawing. I don't remember what the exact name of the class was, but I mean it was all those things where it was just we would go to a location and we would just draw stuff that was in the location, and I couldn't get anything flowing. Nothing was working, and my teacher told me just like take a scrap page and just scribble and just fill up the page with like gibberish scribble marks. And I did that, and then after that I was able to just draw. Like I just got the pencil moving and got it flowing. So that's a big one, is just start the damn thing. And you'd be surprised at how much you can draw afterwards of just starting by just scribbles. And not necessarily in that vein, but other things that you can always do is the foundations. The foundations are such a big thing that I feel like a lot of artists start to negate or neglect. I mean, sorry, I neglect them all the time, and I really need to go back and remember to go back and do those foundational skills. I mean, if you look at like any professional athletes, like they're in the gym, they're on the field, they're always practicing, and that's what the art foundations like are: figure drawings, like value studies, learning how to render like a ball or render a shape in different lighting, practicing rendering different textures of, surfaces and stuff, and, just color in general. Those are all our warm-ups and our drills that we need to go back to. And there's still so much to be learned from just going over those over and over again. I mean, just painting a ball and working on your three values alone is just like, it's such a good exercise, and it can be fun, especially like if you start throwing color into it and you start talking about different lighting and exposures, and you can just go on and on for that. Like you could probably paint a ball every day for a year and not run out of things to do. But so yeah, I hope that those few things can be kind of helpful. Kind of look out for some of the pitfalls that I had fallen into. And I think I might do a follow-up video to this once I kind of have my new path and my new goal kind of figured out. But in the meantime, if you leave a comment below, if you have any questions, I'll do what I can to help. And if you check the description below, there's links to where you can find some of my other artwork. Thank you for joining me today. Bye-bye.